Welcome to the Salty Nerd YouTube channel. Today's episode, we're going to be doing a top five, guys, of the best sports movies ever made. Four nerds are going to talk about sports movies. That's right. Something we know all about.
This should be good.
This should be real good. I'm joined, as always, by the barbarian space Viking, ultra nerd himself, Matt Vader. What's up, dude?
I'm an ultra nerd?
I'm changing it up.
He's also like the only sports fan.
Yeah, you're the only one here. Well, Jude likes sports too, right?
Yeah,
you're rocking
you guys are kind of annoying. Oh, we're gonna go watch some sports ball.
Go.
Go.
What's your favorite
sports team?
What's your favorite sport?
Football and hockey.
Yeah. Good picks.
Yeah.
I'm also joined by Jude, our ambassador of estrogen, rocking the.
I was stretching.
Rocking the Go Knights Go.
Go Knights.
Go Knights, go.
Go Knights Go. That was great.
Knights,
That was
Go
probably
Knights.
one of my favorite things that I did before COVID was go to that hockey game that you guys gave me the tickets for.
Aw.
It was awesome.
We couldn't use them.
I know. It was amazing though.
I'm
Thank
so
you
glad
much.
that you went and had a great time.
We did have a blast.
Because like if I couldn't use my seats, I didn't want them to sit empty.
Yeah, we had a blast. My wife and I had a good time.
I'm so glad.
Thank you.
And she looks so cute.
I know,
You
doesn't
guys
she?
sent me a picture. I love it.
Yeah, just wait until football starts and we got our season tickets.
The big Raider Stadium.
Yeah, we have Raiders seats too.
Nice. All right, I'm
Because
also
we're fucking ballers.
Got to spend that YouTube money somewhere.
Build that giant ass stadium, but nobody sat in it.
Poor,
It's been open for a year. Right?
Can you imagine? Oh, cheers. Hold on, I got to refill.
Oh, sorry. Well, then
Matthew
continue
Kadish.
talking.
Yeah, we're also joined by Matthew Kadish.
Hi, everyone. Thanks for being here. And I can't wait to talk about my top 5 sports movies. Hopefully they'll do better
Whose
than my
idea was this?
Mine.
5
Kate.
date movies.
Oh, it was yours?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
You guys are always so quick to blame me.
I know.
Blame?
Blame.
No, I was
I think
okay.
these
So
are really fun to do. These top 5 things.
I've been itching to do a podcast about sports movies recently. I don't know why. I've just been in me. I've been watching some sports movies recently, and I'm like, man, I'd love to do a
Never
podcast
gonna
about
happen.
it. But I didn't want to invest an entire hour and a half podcast show on sports movies because I felt like that might have been a little drawn out. So I was like, top 5 sounds fun. Skull.
Let's go.
Skull.
Cheers,
Skull?
listeners. Don't forget to like and subscribe and support our drinking habit.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're trying to get to that magical 1,000 subscriber.
We're getting close.
All right.
Halfway there.
Let's do
Okay. Number 5.
I didn't put my list in order.
That's right. I didn't do it last week either.
I'm
It's okay.
trying to last week.
Do you want me to go do you last so you have time to?
No, because then you guys might repeat my shit.
Yeah, let him go first.
Okay. Then you're number 5.
I mean, my movies are going to be far superior to yours anyway.
I don't know.
So, yeah.
Number 5. Go for it.
My sports movies.
Yep.
Number 5 sports movie in my world
Of all time.
is the classic.
He's got a shit-eating grin on his face.
I'm going to get really upset. I know it.
My number 5 sports movie of all time is Dodgeball, a true underdog
Okay.
story.
I'll allow it.
That's a good damn movie.
I just watched it yesterday. It's so good. I had so much time.
That is a good
That's
movie.
so much fun.
Vince Vaughn, Ben Stiller.
Ben Stiller's peak.
Yeah,
Peak Ben Stiller. Yeah, it's great. I loved it.
it's awesome.
Good stuff.
That's a good pick.
Yeah, it's a good pick.
Right on.
And it's got the guy who plays Batman and
Yeah.
Dying is Easy. in
It's
it.
got some office.
does?
Oh, does
It's
it?
got some deep.
Oh, is he's like the number 2 guy, right? Behind Ben Stiller?
He plays a laser
Yeah,
in the movie.
yeah.
I have to rewatch
Is
it.
he
I
an
haven't watched it.
ill-tempered
It's also
laser?
it's also got some connections to your favorite movie, The Office.
It does?
Yes, there's some
Oh.
people in there from The Office, and
Justin Long
Yeah.
and
Justin Long and
Stapler guy, I believe, is in there.
Yeah, Milton.
Milton
What's
Lumberg's in it.
K2SO? Lumberg is in that
Yeah,
movie?
he's one of the announcers.
Lumber gets around.
Lumberg's around.
Yeah, with Jason Bateman.
Oh, that's
he's
right.
ESPN 8, the Ocha.
Yeah, he's Cotton, right? He plays Cotton.
Yeah.
Lumber. Oh, that's awesome. I got to watch that movie.
It's a
again,
good
dude.
movie. It was
Rip
like-
Torn.
Yeah,
Yeah, Rip
we-
Torn.
Dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball.
Chuck freaking
It's like
Norris.
what was funny is I'd already had my list made, right? And then I was being lazy yesterday, hanging out with the wife, and we get home from the grocery store and turn the TV on, and there's Dodgeball, and we sat
It's
there
meant to
and
be.
we watched the whole thing.
Nice.
I'm
you
like,
can
I'm
dodge
just, I'm just watching it.
If you can
And
dodge
she's
a
like,
wrench, you can dodge a ball.
Oh, it's so good. Like, oh, yeah. All
Great
right.
movie. Great
Yeah,
movie.
good stuff.
Jude, what's your number 5? Top.
Okay.
sports
So I don't really like sport movies,
Mhm.
but what I love are 80s movies. So my entire list is sports movies from the 80s.
Okay.
And my number 5 is the classic Major League.
Major League.
Oh, man.
I don't
Charlie
think I've-
Sheen.
Charlie Sheen.
Oh, okay.
Corbin
Well, he's got like
Burnson.
the laser.
Uh-huh.
Fuck you, Jobu. I do it myself.
Do not drink Jobu's rum.
I don't think I've ever seen that movie.
Dude,
Bro.
it's so good.
Dude.
It's so
come
good.
on.
I've seen clips of it on YouTube. Obviously, it's a super famous movie, but I don't think I've ever saw that.
Wild thing. You make my heart sing.
Everybody wanted to be that dude. And I remember everyone in school wanted to try and get those
The
buzzed things
Yeah.
in the side. Great movie.
okay,
Major League Strong.
I'll have to watch that. That's going to be on my new list to watch
Say,
this
fuck
week.
you, Jobu. Do it myself.
Kadish, what's your number 5?
All right. So I think I took my list a little bit more seriously than the other people did.
As you will.
Yeah. But my number 5 sports movie is The Cutting Edge.
I knew you were going to have that.
What
You're
is that?
so cute.
Is
What's
that
that
the one
movie?
with
It's DB Sweeney, and it's
He's a
basically
hockey player.
Yeah, so he's a hockey player who sustains an injury to his eye, where basically they say that if you keep playing hockey, like you're going to lose your vision.
Yeah.
So this injury kind of sidelines him, and at the same time, there's this Olympic figure skater who is such a prima donna that she can't hold a partner, and so her Russian coach needs to find like a guy who can like kind of be at her level. And DB Sweeney, as a hockey player, he's a very strong skater.
He's an athlete.
Yeah, and so like they recruit him to learn how to figure skate, and it's basically Taming of the Shrew. It's this woman and this guy who have to work together, and they're polar opposites. They hate each other, and over the course of training together, they fall in love.
Yeah.
And then at the end, like they basically kick the Russians' ass in the Olympics and get together, and it's just a feel good movie.
It's 10 Things I Hate About You on ice.
Yeah,
I thought it was
basically.
that movie.
I
with,
think I have seen it.
I thought it was that movie with Will Ferrell and
Blazing
Dynamite.
Blades. What is it? Something like that. I can't
Blazing
remember.
Skates?
I don't know.
Blazing Saddles.
No, that's
No.
another movie.
Yeah.
Something I can't remember. Flaming. I can't remember what it
That's
is.
about right.
It's
Skates
got
of
Flaming
Fire.
John
Flaming
Hader,
Skates.
John
Yeah, that's
Hader, and Will Ferrell.
Well, it was Napoleon Dynamite and Will Ferrell.
yeah, yeah.
Blades of Glory.
Blades of
Blades of Glory.
Glory.
That's what it is.
Yeah. That's about male figure skating. But the thing about The Cutting Edge is that it's such a hidden gem. Like it's a movie that didn't get a lot of attention when it came out, and it was the first movie that I remember seeing DB Sweeney in. And every movie I've seen him in after this movie, I'm like, that's the guy from Cutting Edge, and it's just like a really good like heartfelt movie. Like I love it. It's,
Right on.
It's a guilty pleasure.
All right, my number 5 is The Replacements. Keanu Reeves. There's even a young Gene Hackman. There's even a young Jon Favreau in that movie. He's like a skinny, built up like football player. Awesome, fun movie. Great underdog story.
Yeah, it's basically a story about the NFL goes on strike, and
Yeah.
in order to get people to come to the stadiums, they get replacement players. So like the
Bottom of the barrel.
the backbenchers, yeah, and basically they outperform and like get really good, and so like it was based on a true story, I think.
Mhm.
Actually.
Yep. They played because they had heart.
Yeah.
Because they were a team and they
Yeah,
came together to defeat the big bads.
It's based on the Professional Football League's strike in the 80s, I think.
Yeah, I love that movie. It's a ton of fun. Good comedy.
Yeah.
Good underdog story. Keanu Reeves. It's a Keanu Reeves movie. Come on. So yeah, that's not my number 5 top sports movies. Vader, what's your number 4?
Are we on number 4?
We're number 4, buddy.
All right. So number 4, it's actually a fairly recent movie. I believe it might be on Netflix. I don't know. But as you all know, I used to be into the professional wrestling.
Oh yeah.
All right. And there is a movie out there. It came out recently, and it's called Fighting with My Family.
Oh, I love that movie.
I haven't seen that.
It's
good.
It's actually really good.
It's
Is
surprisingly
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
It's
It's
that's
funny,
based on
it's
a true
good,
story,
and it's
right?
based on a 100% true story. It's a story of Paige, the female wrestler.
Yep.
And basically how she came from this little wrestling family in,
Isn't The
in
Rock in
London.
that?
The
Yep.
Rock is in it. The Rock produced this movie. It's just her story. And it's fun and it's good and it's funny. And I was trying to like find a fun angle to come at this with, but it's a good movie. It's something that
It's
sit
just
down-
genuinely good.
It's a genuinely good movie, and you
Yep.
can sit down with your kids or whoever and kill a couple hours. And
Yep.
Isn't
Have
the
a
guy
good
from
time.
Shaun of the Dead? in that?
Yes, Nick
I
Frost.
believe he
Is that his
is.
name?
Nick Frost.
Yeah,
she
he's the
plays,
dad.
She plays her dad.
I love his acting in that movie too.
Yeah.
He's got a big old beard, just big honking
Yeah.
guy. He's cool.
Yes, I mean, I'm trying to pick some movies here that aren't cliche sports movies,
Hmm.
and
Yeah, I'll be surprised if any of us have Rocky on our list.
well,
I have one Rocky movie on my list.
Of course you do.
know, it's like a Hoosiers and Rudy. If any of you fucking pick Hoosiers and Rudy, I'm done. Okay, because
Jude, what's your number 4?
All right. We're sticking with the 80s. And this movie is from 1984, starring a very young Kevin Bacon,
Kevin. Oh wow.
John Lithgow, Diane Weiss, Laurie Singer, Sarah Jessica Parker, Footloose. Oh, and Chris Penn.
Footloose
Yes.
is a sports movie.
It's about dancing.
that's not a sport. Jude.
That's not a sport.
Yes, it is.
Dancing.
Dancing is a sport.
Okay.
Maybe
Competitive,
on-
like
maybe on
breakdancing.
Fox
Sure.
TV.
You've been watching Dancing with the Stars too much, or what?
I maintain that dancing is a sport.
Okay.
Sorry if it's not.
You do have to be an athlete
Yeah.
to be able to do some of the stuff that these guys
And he
do.
comes to this small town where dancing is illegal. Break-in was almost on my list.
I'm dancing. I'm not an athlete.
No, but come
Shut
on,
up,
dude.
Vader.
You got these like ballet dancers and stuff like that. Like ballet is legit. You got to be on
I'm
point.
not gonna.
Let's see you
I'm not gonna poop on her.
on your
He
tippy
brings
toes.
dance back to this small town where these
Okay.
kids were not allowed because dancing was a sin.
It's a sin.
Footloose is a sports movie, guys. It's awesome.
To me, it is.
All right, cool. Fair enough.
Leave it to Jude. It's fine.
The rules are made up and the points don't matter.
Yes.
It's a sports movie.
I will go to
listen.
my grave on
num-
this pedestal
My number 1 movie is Empire Strikes Back. Okay? It's a fucking sports movie.
because of the lightsaber. I get you. It's
Yeah,
basically
fencing.
fencing. It's
Fencing.
fencing.
Same logic.
Listen, the difference between me and you is that I will support you. You talk shit about me.
I'm supporting you. Good pick, Jude.
Kadish, what's your number 4?
All right, it might be kind of in line with Jude's thing in the sense that
Good.
the sport I'm talking about is chess.
Oh.
Okay.
So my number 4 for best all-time sports movie is Searching for Bobby Fischer.
I like it.
Never heard of it.
You've never heard of Searching for Bobby Fischer?
It's
Nope.
Cuba Gooding Jr., right?
No.
No, I'm sorry.
That's Rudy.
So Searching for Bobby Fischer, for those of you who don't know, Bobby Fischer is one of the most famous American chess players ever. He was famous for basically beating the Russian chess champion and then basically disappearing like from public view. Nobody knew where he was. And Searching for Bobby Fischer is about a young kind of chess prodigy, like a very young kid who gets likened to Bobby Fischer in the sense that he's a genius chess player. And it's a movie about him learning chess and coming up through like the ranks of like the chess world as like a 10-year-old and his relationship with his father and how chess impacts his life. And, if you've ever seen The Queen's Gambit on Netflix.
So good.
Yeah.
Really good show.
So it's very similar to that. And it was, I think it was directed by Steve Zalian, written and directed by him. And so it's a very amazing character piece, but it also makes chess super exciting. Like you're watching some of these chess matches in this movie and you're just like on the edge of your seat and it's crazy and it's really good.
I just changed my list.
Was that on your list?
No.
Oh, okay.
Kadish loves chess.
I if it's like Queen's Gambit, I'll probably check it out because I really enjoyed that show.
It's a good kind of character piece and it's a good father-son story and it's a really exciting chess movie. I know you don't usually hear that, but if you think
if you get boners for chess, this is exciting.
even if you don't, this is just a very good movie.
I'm just messing with you, Kadish.
yeah.
No,
Okay.
it's a very good movie.
All right, cool.
I've never seen it.
All right, my number 4 is Goon, starring
Yes.
Stiffler. It's got the kid from Tropic Thunder in it. Pick the number 69. It's genius. Great movie.
It's a hockey movie. Right?
It's a hockey movie.
It's a hockey
Goon.
movie.
It's a hockey movie about Doug the Thug. It's an actual true event story. It takes place, I think, in the 80s or 90s, I believe. And It's about this hockey player who just is like really, really bad at skating. He's not a good hockey player, but he can take some punishment and he can deal some punishment out. So they bring him onto this professional hockey team as an enforcer.
I need more booze.
And it's so much fun. The comedy is amazing. It's actually got a lot of heart to it as well, because he's just he's like a gentle giant, but he's hired to be this brutal assassin on the ice skating rink.
I've actually never heard of this movie.
It's so good, dude. You're gonna
I'll
love
probably
it.
watch it.
You'll genuinely love it. Yeah,
The
it's Goon. Just Goon.
Goon. Okay.
Yep. It's a ton of fun. I've watched it several times now. I think it's probably on my list of like yearly rewatches.
Wow.
Like every once in a while, I'll just pop on Goon. It's that good. It literally is that good. It's funny. It's got really great
It's also
action.
got Liev Schreiber in it, doesn't it? Or is that the sequel?
I think that might be the sequel. The sequel's not as good. I watched the sequel and I was very disappointed, but the first one's really, really good. So Goon, that's my number 4 top sports movies. All right, not Kadish. Vader, number 3. What is your number 3?
I'm very, very happy that Kadish opened up the world of board games into the sports universe.
Okay.
Because if that is the case, I am swapping out a movie and I'm putting an alternate in.
Okay.
And I'm going to go with the classic new movie. I can't talk again. Battleship. All right.
No.
If we're playing chess, we're playing Battleship.
I support you.
Okay.
The CGI
The one with Rihanna?
with Rihanna?
And Eric Northman. Yes.
That's an alien invasion movie.
That has nothing to do with sports. Nothing. It's a naval battle.
It absolutely does.
It's sports to him. I support it.
It's based on a board game, which is a sports.
But the board game doesn't even.
Listen,
It doesn't
you don't-
play any
no.
role in the movie.
No.
You don't even know sports,
don't know.
Alex.
I'm going to start the new Battleship League.
You've got a red flag on you.
I can't wait to talk about my next one.
We're Battleship. We're going to start the new professional Battleship League, and we're going to have a tournament down at Harris.
Every time you miss, you take a drink.
Just out of curiosity, what did you swap out?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I want to know that too.
Oh wow!
What was your other number 4?
I might change my list still.
Oh my
I don't know where I'm going to put it.
It's an evolving list.
It is now.
This is breaking
because
news.
We involve board games.
Where's the Settler
We
of
put
Catan
board
movie?
games in. So
I
I
changed
really
my
like.
list. I'm going with Clue.
Are there any? Hey, are there any professional battleship leagues?
There might be.
Are there battleship tournaments?
There could be.
Yeah.
There could be.
It's in the underground. You
Listen,
wouldn't know about it.
Because
B3.
chess is a big deal.
B3.
Okay.
B4.
Oh, you're shitting on his sport later.
Oh man.
Pull back.
You want to know what my really number 3 was?
What was
Yes.
It was some lame, stupid movie called Rocky 4. So
Rocky 4 is good.
eh.
Was that the one where he's
I
like?
will break you.
It's the one with Dolph Lundgren.
It's my favorite.
Yeah. America versus the Russians.
But Battleship's way better.
That's blasphemy.
I'm ready. Go.
Okay, Jude, what's your number 4?
No, it's number
Oh,
3.
3. I'm sorry, number 3.
3 is another 80s classic. It's from the year 1987. Cinematically. Starring Sylvester Stallone,
Okay.
Robert Loggia. Over the top.
Oh, arm wrestling.
Arm wrestling. It's a father-son story.
Yeah.
And it's a sports. The underground world of arm wrestling.
We're breaking him.
No, I'm down. I'm gonna change my list now too.
No. Everything's locked in now. No more changes. Just because my list is badass and yours is weak.
Mine's not weak.
Is Rudy number 1?
No.
Where are we at? Kadish.
Kadish, number 3. What's your number 3?
That's all we're going to talk about over the top.
I've never heard of it. I didn't even know it was a movie.
serious?
Oh, dude, it's so good.
Oh
No.
my God. He's a truck driver down on his luck. He had a baby with this lady and she comes from money. But because he's just a broke ass truck driver, she renames her son for her maiden name and they get divorced, and the grandfather, played by Robert Loggia, raises him, and then all of a sudden the mom is dying and she's like, I just want my son to know his father, and he's driving truck, but he's practicing arm wrestling. He's got weights. Yeah, while he's driving. And then he meets his son and he picks him up. He puts him on the road with him. And Robert Loggia's losing his fucking mind this whole time. It's like, where's my grandson? And Sylvester Stallone just wants to bond with his kid after all this time. His kid's a little asshole, but like by the end of the movie, he's like at this arm wrestling tournament, and it all comes down to like his special finger move where he can get over the top. And he wins, spoiler, he wins the arm wrestling match, and his son cheers for him. He's like, that's my dad.
I've been in an arm wrestling situation where the guy went over the top. That stuff works, man.
Yeah, it does.
I think it's actually illegal, but
but it is.
But it's one of the, like, if you look up best like arm wrestling moments in cinema history, that's one of the top 5.
And it is the best movie about professional arm wrestling. It's also the only movie about professional.
You know what they
arm
need to
wrestling.
make a movie about, right? The Professional Russian Slapping League.
Oh my God, that's so true.
Oh my God. We had like one of those weird movie nights at Tom's house the other night, and we were watching Russian bare knuckle fights, and there was just like bales of hay as like the octagon. You had to stay within the bales of hay.
Dude, the slap fights?
There's this one video out there of the slap fights where there's just like this little dude.
Yeah.
He's like 150 pounds, and he's up against this behemoth of a berserker Viking looking dude. And he just knocks the shit out of him. It's so funny. I gotta find that for you.
Kadish, you're up.
I think I'm down for watching that movie.
Get Kevin Hart in it.
Yes.
Dude, we gotta write this movie. It's gotta happen. Just call it Slap.
Get the guys from Super Troopers to produce it.
Oh my God. Yeah.
God, that's amazing.
My number 2 is called Slap
Don't-
Fight.
I was like, don't spoil it.
No, I'm kidding.
Number 3, Kadish.
All right, number 3 for me, again, I'm taking this seriously, is a little movie called Remember the Titans, starring
Denzel Washington. That's my number 2.
Okay.
It's a fantastic football movie. Great heart. It's got a good message, I think, that people need to be reminded of sometime these days. It's like we're all in this together, you know?
Can Kadish say something about it? It's still his turn.
Well, I was going to say, since he has it on his list, I have an alternate that I would like to slide in
I would
there.
like to know why you picked it.
Well, it's a fantastic movie.
Fine. Go to your next one.
Yeah, Alex can explain it better. So my number 3, since Alex, it was on Alex's list, is a little movie called Diggstown. And it's a boxing movie starring Louis Gossett Jr. and James Woods. And it's basically about a small town like con man who gets out of jail, and he gets his friend, Louis Gossett Jr., who they used to like throw boxing matches to make money. And he uses him in a revenge plot against the guy who put him in jail. And it's just kind of like a fun, interesting, kind of like con movie that's based around boxing.
Huh.
It's not something a lot of people have seen, but like I've always really enjoyed it. So
I've never heard of
I
it.
don't think I've ever heard it.
Me neither. Cool.
yeah,
Okay.
Diggstown, check it out.
I will.
My number 3. I've got 2 because you made fun of my first pick.
I did.
I thought we were
Yeah.
on 2. No, you're
3.
Well,
Yeah,
sorry.
number 3. For me, the real number 3 for me is Rocky 4.
Okay.
Like Rocky versus the Russian, Apollo Creed dies. I mean, holy cow,
It's
man.
a good ass movie.
That's a good ass movie. It's probably the best Rocky movie.
It's got the best montages of all time. In it.
Amazing. And it single-handedly ended the Cold War.
He runs through the snow.
The best Rocky movie is the first Rocky,
Yeah, I mean, that's really good.
Yeah, but
man, do I love the
it
fourth
doesn't
one.
get me
followed by
pumped.
Rocky Balboa.
It doesn't get me.
Rocky
pumped
Balboa is a
before.
really good movie, too. Most of the Rocky movies are really freaking good.
Yeah.
For me, my personal favorite, and I think is the best one, is the fourth one when he
Yeah.
goes up against Russian. Alternatively,
It's got James Brown in it, dude.
Balls of Fury.
Balls of Fury is terrible. Come on.
Yeah.
Okay,
What is Balls of Fury?
I'm
you never?
with
It's a
Kadish
ping
on that.
pong movie, dude.
Oh, that sounds amazing.
It is amazing. It's so funny. Okay, no, but seriously, Rocky 4, my
Okay.
third favorite.
Yeah, that was technically my third movie too. So,
Is it?
Yeah.
All right. On.
Well, that was-
Battleship
that-
usurps
I
your
used-
Rocky
I
4.
put-
Yeah,
I
he
put
gets to pick
Battleship in.
Battleship, but you give me shit for picking Balls of Fury.
Battleship was just giving him shit. So there's chess pick,
Cheers.
board games.
All right, number 2.
Number 2.
Number 2.
Go
Go for it.
My number 2 movie is the the classic great movie from Adam Sandler called Happy Gilmore.
Good one.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well done, sir.
Yeah.
Well done. Happy Gilmore.
The Price is Wrong.
The price is wrong.
Featuring what sport, Vader?
Golf.
Yes.
Not a sport.
Also, Carl Weathers.
Not a sport.
Carl Weathers
But
in
it's
that
a
movie.
It's all in the
You know, when I
hips.
watched Happy Gilmore for the first time, I did not realize that was Apollo Creed teaching it. I no clue. I didn't realize until much, much later in life, and I was like, "Holy shit, that was Apollo Creed!"
Yeah.
No way. In one hand, his little stick is like, it's all busted up. The alligator stole his hand.
I'm a sucker for Adam Sandler movies. So yeah.
Dude, Happy Gilmore is legit good.
Oh, it absolutely is.
It's such a good movie. I eat pieces of shit like you for breakfast.
You eat pieces of shit for breakfast?
No. Shoot him, McGavin. I love that
Trying
movie.
to save his grandma's house.
It's a good movie. Good movie.
Good stuff.
All right, Jude, number 2.
My number 2 is from the glorious year 1986. It's about a little sport called football, featuring a very young Wesley Snipes and a very young Woody Harrelson, starring Goldie Hawn. Wildcats.
Oh, I love that movie.
Never heard of it.
Oh,
You've never heard of Wildcat?
No.
I fucking love this movie. First of all, Goldie Hawn is like who I want to be when I grow up. Second, she's just this girl, and she was raised on football. Like she lives and breathes football, but nobody will take her seriously because she's a girl. So she's also like she's a coach, and I forget what the logistics are, but they like place her at this like inner city school. They're like, all right, fine, you want to be a football coach, you take this inner city school.
You get
and,
the worst of the worst.
Yeah, you get the worst of the worst, and if you can make a football team out of these rejects, then we'll take you seriously. And she does. And she's awesome, and she like gets this team like, and they like start to bond, and they become a team, and then they start to like root for her, and she takes this team like it's a Rudy story but done with Goldie Hawn, and it's amazing.
It
And
is
it's
good.
so funny, and Blake Lively's in it, who is Robin Lively's sister.
I got a crush on
I'm not
Blake
not
Lively.
right opposite. Robin Lively is in it, who is Blake Lively's sister.
Oh, okay. Never mind that.
She plays the daughter.
Right on. Cool. That's a good number 2. I've never heard of it. I'm going to check it out.
It's so good. Like every time I'm like sick and in bed, this is my go-to for what I want to watch. Like it's my feel-good movie.
Nice. All right, Kadish, what's your number 2?
My number 2 movie is Field of Dreams, starring Kevin Costner, and it's a magical baseball story that's also a heartwarming father-son tale.
What movie? I'm sorry. I fell asleep.
It's a baseball movie.
Do you not like Field of Dreams?
You never seen that movie?
If you build it,
Oh,
they
it's
will
good.
come, Alex.
I don't like that movie.
If you build it, they will go.
I don't like that movie.
They will go.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm so sorry. I
James
know
Earl
it's
Jones?
I know it's hugely popular, and every sports fan fault. I just don't.
I
I
think
can't.
it won the Academy Award that year, didn't it?
It's
Oh yeah,
won some awards.
It's won lots of awards.
I can't get into it. I've tried so many times, and I'm just like, this is so dull.
I think you're showing your age.
Yeah, very much so.
think so.
Probably. I
That's
just.
that's a classic.
I'm sure it is,
It
and I'm
really
not
is.
taking away from anything.
No,
If
no.
you guys like it, that's totally fine. But for me, I just never really got into it. But
That's
that's a solid number 2, man. That's a very famous movie. All right, my number 2 is we already said Remember the Titans. Denzel Washington. Absolutely love this movie. Has a great heart, great message. I think that is timeless, and
A lot of racial healing in that.
yeah, a
movie.
lot of racial healing.
Yeah.
And honestly, in today's day and age, 2021, we're supposed to be over that shit. But
People need to watch this movie today.
yeah, exactly. Like people,
For sure.
people need to go back and watch Remember the Titans
Yeah,
because
and Denzel is amazing. In it.
oh,
He really was.
incredible.
You know who was good in that movie? Ethan Suplee.
Who's he?
He's the fat dude.
Oh,
Who's
oh,
a
Ethan. Yeah.
Badass now.
Yeah.
God.
He's freaking Jack nowadays.
He's a freaking health nut now.
I'm just a light skinned brother.
He is jacked now.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
He starts singing with the guys. It's such a fantastic movie, and it has a great message to it. And I highly recommend if you haven't seen it, or
Yeah,
even if you haven't seen it in a long time,
So
go
isn't
watch
the
it.
story? It's basically about the first desegregated school, where they're bringing in black kids to an all-white school, which is like a big football school in the South.
Mhm.
And so like it's the first time that the football team has had black kids and white kids playing. and it's about like learning to bring the team together despite like.
Well, I think it was more about they had a black coach.
Yeah,
who
Coach Boone.
Yeah, and he was the bigger issue.
Well,
I
think
it was all about integration.
Yeah, it was all about that. You know, the 1960s civil rights integration.
White kids taking orders from a black coach, and
but then once they realize that they're all on the same team, like they band together and they are undefeated. It's a true story.
Yeah, I know.
It's awesome. It's a
stuff.
fantastic movie. Definitely recommended. All right, our number one.
Are we at number one?
We're at number one.
Okay.
Well,
Vader.
we're all Miyagi-sunning.
My number one has already been picked.
What?
Oh no.
Oh no.
What? Happy Gilmore?
Major League is my number one movie.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, V.
No,
it
it's
just
okay.
goes to show you.
No. It's a
twin brain.
It's a good movie. It is kind of weird.
Mm-hmm.
It is kind of weird. I love that movie. It's just a fun movie. I don't like to sit down and watch movies about big social messages and stuff like that. I just want to be entertained. And Major League makes me laugh every single time. Every single time. And it's a classic. It's a classic sports movie. Charlie Sheen, Corbin Burnson, a ton of people.
Rum.
You know,
Jobu.
Mm-hmm. You know, we already touched
Cleveland
on
Indians.
it. Yeah, you know, it's just a fun movie, and I don't know what else to say about it. It's legit like my number one movie.
Wow.
I'm not even trying to be funny or stupid. It's just it's a good movie. Check it out.
Right on.
Major League.
Yeah.
Cool. Jude, what's your number one top movie?
So I just want to piggyback on what Vader said about like not wanting to like sit down and like I don't know, like for me. I don't know if you can tell, but like I'm riddled with anxiety. And for me, like for a person like me who has anxiety all the time, like, and we've talked about it before, like I need to be able to trust a movie for me to invest in it. So for me, like these 80s movies, I can trust them and I know what I'm getting with them. So this is why I like revisiting like movies that I've already seen and already know that I love, so that I know like my faith, will not be, given in vain. So I love these 80s movies. For me, they are classics. For me, that they're like my feel-good movies.
Mm-hmm.
And my number one is the 1989 wonderful 5-star movie starring Jean-Claude Van Damme, Kickboxer.
Oh, wow. I thought you were going to say Bloodsport for a second.
Well, no.
I almost put Bloodsport on my list.
Kickboxer is about kickboxing.
Okay.
And Jean-Claude Van Damme is like the assistant to his brother, who is a professional kickboxer. And his brother gets into a terrible, he gets into a fight that he gets injured and he becomes paralyzed. And then in order to defend his brother's honor, he learns to become a kickboxer and he defeats the big bad. And it's an awesome like story of like brotherhood, and it's about sports, and there's rape. So
Didn't see that coming.
I can't say that.
Wow. Okay. Cool. All right.
yeah.
Kadish, what is your number one top sports movie of all time?
All right, so my number two movie was a baseball movie, and my number one movie is also a baseball movie, and it is The Sandlot.
Oh, I
love-
almost put that.
Love that
Love
movie.
that movie.
Yeah, so basically it's a story about a bunch of kids who like to play baseball, and there's this new kid, and he doesn't know anything about sports. And his stepdad has a signed baseball from
Dennis Leary, right?
Yes.
Yeah, from Dennis Leary. He has a signed Babe Ruth baseball, and
Some lady.
and the kids always play in the Sandlot. And one day their ball goes into this fenced-in area where there's this like rabid dog, and they're afraid to go get it, and they're all bummed out can't play baseball. So the kid runs back home and grabs the baseball that was signed by Babe Ruth because he doesn't know who Babe
Also,
Ruth is.
this kid has no friends, and he's like desperate for these kids to like him.
Yeah.
So he's like, "Oh, I have a baseball."
Yeah, and so like they start playing with this baseball, and when it goes over the fence, he starts freaking out. And they're like, hey, we're just getting you another baseball. And he's like, you don't understand. It's my stepdad's favorite ball. And then all the kids realize that it was Babe Ruth. And they're like, what are you doing playing with a Babe Ruth baseball? And
He's like, who's Babe Ruth? He had no
Some
idea.
lady named Baby Ruth.
and you get the line, "You're killing me, Smalls,"
Yes.
from that movie.
Yeah.
And who hasn't said you're killing me?
Oh my
Smalls?
God.
I say it to my child all the time.
Yeah.
And it's such a fun, heartfelt, like good movie. And it's all based around like, the friendships that you have as a kid that, come from these sports that people love. And James Earl Jones is in it at the end. And it's like a great message where, Dennis Leary, father son type stuff. It's a great movie, and it just makes you feel good.
That is a
whenever you watch it.
top-notch number one.
That is,
sir.
that's a really good pick.
Good pick.
All right, my number one top sports movie of all time, Warrior, starring
Ooh.
Tom Hardy.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Damn good movie, all about MMA.
Never seen it.
Dude, you have to go see it.
Never seen
I
it.
will.
Frank Gorilla's in it too. He plays
Ooh.
the coach.
Yeah, it's basically about two brothers who are training to get into MMA.
True
And-
story,
and
right?
I don't know. If
No,
a
it's not a true story because they come up with some like wacky competition for MMA fighters that would never take place in real
Yeah,
life.
and basically the two brothers are kind of estranged from one another, and they're both getting into fighting for different reasons, and it leads up to a final battle between the two brothers. And by the time you get there, you're like, I don't know who to root for.
Yeah. I cry every time. Every time. Doesn't matter how many times I've seen the movie. By the end, when they're both in the octagon together, and he's sitting there. Who's the actor? Something Cole. What's his name? He's super famous. He's in a bunch of movies, and I really like him, but I can't remember his name. But anyway, he's sitting there and he's looking at Tom Hardy, and Tom Hardy's already got a busted shoulder, and he's like haggard, and he's like, "I love you, man. I love you." And it's just like this really heartfelt moment when they're both in the octagon, and it gets me every time, man. It's a great story. Nick Nolte plays the father.
Joel Edgerton.
Yeah, dude, he's so good in that movie. And I love that movie, man. It's by far, like, besides Rocky, like when somebody says sports movies, I go Warrior. It's so freaking good. So, all right. Well, did I lose you guys? You guys are both like,
No, I was trying to look it up, and I
Oh,
looked
okay.
up the wrong movie, and it was like all of these Asian people, and I was like, I don't think this is right.
no, that's not the right movie.
Yours is from 2011.
Yeah. Great movie. All right, guys,
Got it,
that's
got it.
our
Not Crazy Rich Asians, Jude. Come on.
that's our top movies, top sports movies of all time. Each one
Go
give our
sports.
Yay, go sports. Us nerds. We're sporty.
I hate it when people do that. Seriously, if you want to like piss me off on Twitter,
What?
just hashtag Go Sports Team.
Oh,
It literally
You just opened up a whole can of worms.
it annoys the shit out of me. It's like
Oh, sugar, you just made the worst mistake of your whole life.
I don't care. It's like I just go, what did you get beat up by a kid in a
jockstrap.
Letterman's jacket when you were young? Get over it.
I don't
Go
know. Man.
outside, throw a fucking ball.
All right, guys. That's it for our discussion of top sports movies. Thanks for joining us. As always, like, subscribe, hit the little bell notification, and make sure that you help support the podcast and come back for more awesome content that we're putting out every single day.
Go Sports Team.
Go sports. Go sports. Hashtag go sports on Twitter. Tag Vader in it.
Pick a team.
Vader, where can they find you on the socials?
You can find me at salty_nerd.com for all your hate mail. And for if you want to just like hang out and like chat, you can find me at Matt Vader 74 on Twitter, YouTube, and Instagram.
Right on. Matthew Kadish, where can they find you at?
You can find me at Matthew Kadish, Kadish on Twitter, and kadishbooks.com if you want to check out my Amazon page.
Right on. Jude, where can they find you?
You can find me at I am Jude Juju on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok.
Right on. And I'm your host, the Salty Nerd. You can catch me on Twitter at salty_nerd. And as always, stay salty, my friends.